Hello, 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 everybody. My name's Jenny Lynn Curry. Welcome to my kitchen / dining room. So I was going to cook that crab dip for you live today, and then they ended up giving us a shorter break time for lunch. So I ended up just doing a video and posting it on my page, but I just put it away. I should have showed you. I should have kept it out. It turned out, can you see it? It turned out freaking amazing. It's so good. So you can eat it with cheese chips. You can eat it with, you could eat it, what is that? There we go. I had a thing on it. There we go. You could eat it with cheese chips, like if you wanted to make homemade cheese chips in the oven. You could make it with, or you could eat it with Parmesan whips like this if you wanted to. You could eat it with those little mini bell peppers. And I was even thinking you could hollow out a cucumber, like cut a cucumber in half and then hollow out with the seeds and put it in that, and that would probably be really good too. So those are all ideas of things that you can do with the crab dip for tomorrow for the Super Bowl. And I will try to, before I go to bed tonight, I will try to get you guys some recipes and some pictures of other things that you can make for Super Bowl tomorrow so that you guys have it in the morning so that you guys can make stuff if you want to. Otherwise, I have jalapeno poppers on my page from last week. What else? You guys know I love making chicken wings in the air fryer. Super simple. Just throw them in there with some seasoning and a little bit of avocado oil to make them crispy on the top, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, today was day 2 of our Epik event. What they call it, Epik. It's a year-end like awards kind of thing, except for it's a 3-day thing. We get to learn all the science behind the ketones. We get to learn all the science behind any kind of new things that are coming out on the market or anything that they are remaking or anything like that. And so a couple things, there's so many pages, but a couple of the things that were big takeaways for me, and these are, some of these things are things that I already know, but one thing that I really like is that you guys know all of our ketones, all of our supplements, the ketones specifically, are naturally fermented, right? What that means is they're identical to ketone bodies that your body makes, right? If you were eating a strict ketogenic diet, you weren't stressed out, you were getting enough sleep, you were getting enough water, you were getting enough of everything, and you were in ketosis, your body creates BHB, right? Well, it's not BHB. Your body creates 3 kinds of ketones. One breath, the ketones that are in your breath are acetone. The ketones in your urine are, I can't say that word, acetoacetate. Acetoacetate, I don't know. And then your blood is BHB ketones. So our products have BHB in them, right? And there are other products on the market that have ketones in them. Like you can go to Walmart and you can pick up a little canister and it says ketones on it. But if you look in the ingredients are normally S/L BHB, which are actually slow ketones, and they aren't identical to your ketone bodies that your body creates anyway. So you're pretty much just paying for flavored powder at that point. It's not going to do anything. And so one of the things that one of the doctors said today, because I get this question a lot, which is, if I'm already in ketosis, why do I need to drink ketones? And so I tell you guys all the time, you know, part of the reason why you should be drinking ketones is if you're a woman, when you're on your menstrual cycle, you can knock yourself out of ketosis by just being a girl on your cycle. How exciting is that? If you get stressed out and your stress hormones go up, then that can knock you out of ketosis. If you maybe ate a hidden sugar or you ate a hidden carb that you didn't know you ate, and maybe you ate too much of it and it knocks you out of ketosis. If you had an alcoholic beverage, it can knock you out of ketosis for up to 3 days. Like, sometimes people, it's 5 o'clock Friday and you want to have a drink and you're keto. Can you drink things that don't have sugars in them? Yeah, you can drink vodka. You can drink sparkling cider that has no added sugars or anything like that. However, those have to go through your liver, right? And your ketones are where your liver's where your ketones are created, right? So if your liver is detoxing the alcohol, you're not also going to be creating ketones. Does that make sense? So if you decide to have a drink Friday night, it could take you up to 3 days to get back into ketosis, even if you were strict all the way leading up to that drink, then you had that drink, and then you were strict all the way after. It could take you days to get back into ketosis. So one of the things that they asked the doctor today was, so if we were doing all of the things correctly, if we were eating a strict ketogenic diet, we were drinking all of our water, we were getting enough electrolytes, maybe we were exercising every day, we were doing all of the things right, which, I wasn't doing all of the things right. That's how I got to 317 pounds. Hello. Anyway, but even if you were doing all those things right, the ketones actually help your body create more of its own ketones. It helps your body by slowing down slowing down your system. And one of the things was, well, if I'm already in a state of ketosis, at what point will my body stop creating ketones because I'm drinking ketones? Does that make sense? Does that make any sense at all? So at what point is drinking the ketones going to make your body not work? Does that make sense? Not work to get the ketones in? So the doctor was saying you would have to be at 5 millimoles before your body is going to stop making ketones. And normally, so if you are somebody who wants to test and see where they're at, breath isn't going to do it because that's acetone, the acetone ketones, right? The urine will do it for a little while until you're fat adapted. And then once you're fat adapted, the urine strips don't work either. So you want to do the blood test. And normally you're in ketosis at 0.5. And really, you're going to be in a really good state of ketosis between 0.5 and like 3.0, but you can go up higher than that. But when you get to 5.0 or higher, that's where your body is creating so many that you're probably going to be peeing them out as well. So just keep that in mind. I thought that was super, super important. I was like, holy cow. A couple of other things that they went over today. We had a couple of speakers. I don't know. Are you guys familiar with Joseph McClendon III? He is an amazing guy. So he's been at, I think, 3 or 4 events that I've gone to now. He's an amazing, amazing speaker. And he gets you to change your brain and change how you're thinking about certain things, and he can change it with a snap of a finger. So if you have something that, like, you have negative thoughts in your head about something, like something pops up on your computer and you instantly go into this negative headspace, he gives you tips and tricks on how to flip the script and make it so that you can get rid of those negative thoughts faster and faster so that you can keep going and you don't get sidetracked. Excuse me. And a couple of the things that he said today were, gosh, he said so many things. But one of the things was that he wants us all to be wealthy, right? But everybody's idea of wealthy is different. And the way he looks at wealthy is, are you healthy, happy, and financially stable? Excuse me, financially abundant. And I thought that's super, super powerful because you want to be healthy physically, right? So you can go and do all of the things. You want to be happy because who doesn't want to be happy, right? Nobody wants to be Eeyore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Eeyore, but the woe is me was a little much. And then financially abundant, because the more financially abundant you are, then that stress is off of you, that stress of, you know, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to send the kids to college? Are we ever going to go on a vacation? Any of those things are gone. But then you can also bless other people. You know, like if you had an extra $1,000 a month, how many people could you bless with that money? You know, could you, Gabby's home. Could you donate food to the food bank? Could you buy Thanksgiving dinners at Thanksgiving time for families in need? Could you adopt a kid at Christmas from the giving tree at your church? What are those things that you could do if you had a little bit of extra, right? That's cute.
You always need a dress.
Oh, it's for me?
No, it's for me.
Oh, I was like,
I don't have a dress. You always need
okay.
a dress. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that live. I just wanted to show you.
anyways, hey Tanya. I love how you just explained that. Oh, thanks. So a couple other things and then I'll let you go because I know it's super late. Some of these were things that I picked up in our debrief because as a car earning champion, we do a morning huddle and an evening huddle just to get us ready for the day and then to close out the day and make sure that we're thinking about all the right things and we're journaling and we're doing all the things that we need to do to like get value from the event. And these are some things that I actually either didn't hear or just there. I was writing so many notes, my hand was not fast enough.
Felt that one.
Yeah. So I wrote this one actually a couple of times. It's not about what you know, but what you do with what you know. So there's lots of times where I know what I need to do, but I don't do it. Anybody else? Am I the only one? Like, there's lots of things I know I need to do. I know how to do them, but the fact is I don't do them. So that was super powerful. And then something that we call her like our great-great-great-grandma upline. She is like the godmother of network marketing. Her name's Lisa Grossman. She's amazing. But she was saying that every day that you don't show up, like you're tired or like we just got done with this event. We've been online since like 7 o'clock this morning. It's now 9:30 at night. It's been a really long day. I could have just said, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to look at another screen. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to go to bed. And because literally I slept on the couch last night, to be perfectly honest with you guys. So I didn't get a ton of sleep. But one of the things she said is every day you don't show up, and maybe it's not every day. Maybe it's just every live that you skip or every post that you don't make or whatever it is in your life. You're saying that the people that you need to talk to aren't enough. Like, that's not the way it's, that was not the way it was. But that they're not important enough for you to show up. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't show up and you don't tell your story or you don't press the live button because you're too tired, then you could have missed someone to help, right? You could have reached out to somebody. You could have spoke life into someone, but because you chose not to do that, you're saying that that person that should have heard you wasn't worth you going live today. That kind of gets you in the gut a little bit. Like, oh, that feels a little bit different, right? And then you guys, we had Andy Grammer so last year at Epik, he did a live concert at our event. This year it's virtual, right? So it was online, but Andy Grammer was there with us for like, I don't know, like an hour and a half or something like that.
You're kidding.
But one of the things he said was looking stupid is the price of admission. And he actually spoke a poem, and I can't remember the name of the poem though, but it pretty much came down to like everybody thought he was stupid, or in just a general consensus, everybody thought what he was doing was stupid, but he didn't want to be like everybody else. He was singing on street corners and singing wherever he wanted to, or wherever he could get somebody to listen to him. He was singing on street corners, and he was doing little dive bars, and he was doing all of these things, and everybody said, dude, you're just not good. Just stop. What are you doing? That you're so stupid. You're not going to make it in the music industry. And he said, looking stupid is just the price of admission. Like, you have to believe and have your own conviction in what you're doing enough to say, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do this business. I'm going to do whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to start my own company. I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to spend that year abroad. I'm going to, whatever it is, right? You have to be willing to look stupid to people. And it's okay, but you have to know in your heart of hearts that you're doing exactly what you think is right, regardless of whether they think it's wrong or not, and regardless of whether you're going to look stupid to them, because it's the price of admission. Like, think of computers, right? Or think of what am I trying to say?
You're struggling.
I know, I am struggling. It's 9:30. Anyway, never mind. That's another thing. And then the last couple things were just like aha moments. You aren't a perfectionist. You're just scared. I was like,
that one hits deep.
I was like, oh, okay. That one was from Joseph McClendon. And then you're sitting behind fear but calling it a different name. Like, you're scared, but you're like, oh, well, you know, maybe that's just not a good idea, or, oh, you know, I don't think that's going to work, or whatever. It's not that it's not going to work, it's because you're scared, and you're just calling it something else. And then the last thing was, they released a new product. Like, yes. So, I don't know about you guys, but we tend to mix a lot of ketones around here. Like, not because you need to take 2 different packets of ketones, but because you just make a new flavor with 2, right? So, today, they actually released half packets. They are, they come in 4 different flavors. Giddy Up Grape. This is funny. Giddy Up Grape, Strawberry Jams, Orange Sun, and then Lil Lemon. Lil Lemon. Anyway, so they're all half packets. So they have half the amount of ketones as our big packets do. And like for Noah, it'll be perfect. He can have one of those instead of a full half packet of the other one. So don't have to have a bunch of half packets everywhere. He can just have one of those and shake it up. And you just shake it up with like 12 to 14 ounces of water, and just shake it up and drink it. So I was super, super, super excited about that. I did give that out to my VIPs today if they wanted to try some. I did grab some. If you guys want to try trials, I did get some boxes of it. Your shirt matches your glasses. Oh, I know, that wasn't intentional. Yeah. And so anyway, so if you guys want trials of those, just let me know, trial down below. Otherwise, those were my big takeaways from today. It was a lot of mindset, and we did a ton of awards today. The amount of people who got awards today, like, blew my mind. It was so many people. I'm like, oh my gosh. But tomorrow is the final day. We'll do a little bit of a recap tomorrow night. And then Monday we will be back in the kitchen. Are they still the full effect as one? So they're still regular ketones. They're just half packet. So like, some people, when they first start ketones, we tell them to take a half a packet the first 2 days. So this would be perfect because then they can have 2 different kinds, 2 different flavors to try. And then they can move up to 1 whole packet because it's the same amount of ketones if you do 2 packets or if you do 1. So they are still the same. They'll get you into ketosis in less than an hour, do all of the same things. It's just half the dosage. Because sometimes when people first introduce ketones, ketone bodies, if they are not used to it, or they have not been in a state of ketosis, or they've been eating all of the carbs and then all of a sudden they start drinking ketones, they'll have a little bit of intestinal distress. They'll have a little bit of a stomach ache. So we normally tell people take a half packet for the first 2 days and then switch to a full packet. So this way they'll get to have more variety. I didn't know that. I'm going to want to double up on the flavors I got, please. Okay. I'll message you. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go shower and I'm going to go get into bed and read my book for a little while because this mama is beat. So happy Sunday tomorrow. I hope you guys all enjoy the Super Bowl. I hope whoever you're rooting for wins. I don't even know who's in the Super Bowl. That's how much I don't pay attention. Anyways, I love and appreciate you all. Have a great day. Happy Sunday tomorrow, and come back and join me. See you.